Bro, I'm low-key faded, bro.
Highway?
Cowboys blood.
What's this guy supposed to be, the ultimate badass?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about one of the most polarizing subjects in Cowboys Nation, and that is your quarterback, Dak Prescott. This is serious. Cat mode. Boom, baby. All right, so Cowboys are currently underway. It's Cowboys OTAs. Dak Prescott, getting in the work with all the players, getting in work with George Pickens, in all the players, the offensive line, your running backs, but today's topic, like I said, is talking about Dak Prescott. And as you can see in the title, there is a great opportunity in front of Dak Prescott, in front of all the fans. A lot of fans are excited right now. Some are kind of probably overdosing on Kool-Aid, to be quite frank. Some are still kind of taking a lot of stuff with a grain of salt. Like, we've heard all this before, but this season, where Dak Prescott is at, his career could be defined this season. I think it's, they're pretty close. I think Dak Prescott's close, but they have to make that move. So let's talk about this, man. Is this a year that everything comes together for Dak Prescott? We got some big milestones here for Dak Prescott coming up. And if things go his way, this could be a season of seasons. So let's talk about it, all right? Dak Prescott is currently chasing Cowboys history. And depending on how this season ends, Dak could go down as the greatest quarterback the Cowboys have ever had to ever wear the star. But if it ends like many seasons have before, it could be a crushing legacy moment. This is an opportunity of a lifetime for Dak Prescott, where he's in his career. He could become something and raise this team to another level. There's something around this season right now that feels really good. That being said, let's talk about the numbers. Let's talk about Dak Prescott's numbers. By the end of the season, Dak Prescott is on track to pass Troy Aikman and Tony Romo in all-time passing yards for the Dallas Cowboys. He's already passed Roger Staubach, the legend of legends, Captain Comeback. He's already passed Roger Staubach, in those statistics. Tony Romo's record is right there. He's knocking on the door. And Troy Aikman, the Super Bowl legend, he's next in line. He's got the rings, right? So that's where we stand with that. But here's the key. If Dak wins a Super Bowl this season, he'll have a Super Bowl ring like Aikman has. He'll have all the stats that Romo has, and a leadership story that's been building, for a decade now. Prescott's been here for quite a bit of time now, 2016, could all this culminate into the biggest ending, for not that this would be the end of his career, but it's something that you would put a cherry on the top. Obviously, he's been in MVP contention before. That's what he's missing, the Super Bowl. He would be statistically elite, a proven winner. At that point, Dak Prescott becomes arguably the most complete quarterback in Cowboys history. But what if he doesn't win at all? What if he doesn't get to the Super Bowl? What if he doesn't make the playoffs? But he does pass Troy Aikman and Tony Romo in statistics, because he will. If everything goes on course this season, he will pass both these legendary quarterbacks in statistics. What if he puts up the monster stats and still gets bounced from the playoffs yet again? Then what you have is a record-breaking quarterback. That's it. Without a defining playoff win. No ring, no NFC title, just numbers. And that's the legacy fork in the road. Either Dak becomes a champion who brought Dallas its first ring since the 90s, or he becomes the quarterback who passed all the legends but never really replaced them. It's a double-edged sword, really. And that's why being a quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys is one of the toughest jobs in all of sports. You talk about the home run hitters of the Yankees. You talk about the legends of the LA Lakers. And with the Cowboys, you talk about the quarterbacks of the Dallas Cowboys. You're in the upper echelon of pressure moments. So what do you think? Is this finally the year that Dak Prescott delivers? Or are we headed for another January heartbreak? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share. and let me know what you think. Appreciate it, guys. Peace.
Yeah, old school, baby.